Kit Guru is with Cooler Master at CES 2024, and look, some mods. They always have mods. Sneaker X Bounce, and also Shark X. I'd love to see that on sale. I've seen it here at these shows the last few years. Fascinating piece of work. And if you're wondering about the music, that's Sneaker X Bounce at play. Here we have a MasterLoop demo system. This is Cooler Master's custom loop hardware. We saw this at Computex of last year, but we didn't see all of this. The particular thing to note, apart from the square profile on the reservoir, is we have a mix of square and round tubing. I've never seen square clear tubing in a custom loop before, and that's different. As to whether it's a good idea, well, until we play with it, how will we know? The radiators are familiar from Computex. They are conventional but very heavy, and they have an incredibly dense fin stack. And then we move on to the adapters and to the blocks. Obviously there's a square aesthetic going on throughout, clearly with the graphics card and with the CPU blocks, and then that pump reservoir. Interesting to look at, and in terms of function, won't make a lot of odds. The coolant bottles, I haven't seen those before. Flat in style and opaque, so you're relying on the little colour swatch to tell you what's inside. I quite like those colours, but as we know, liquid cooling, a choice of 20 or so is always a good thing. And then down the front, square tubing, which is just bizarre to see. I asked the obvious question, can you bend it? And the chap pointed out there is a tool right next to it. The answer is yes. For some reason they don't have a sample of the bent tube on show. But yes, apparently it can be done. Cases, the NR200P V2. This is a tweaked version of the existing ITX NR200 that we know fairly well. Inside the roof, you can now, oh, the rear panel's loose. Inside the roof, you can install a liquid cooler in this model. And it has a Type-C connector on the front I/O. So it is a tweaked update to the existing case. The TD500 Max. As you can see, there's an AIO cooler pre-installed. That's the pump hanging loose there. And in the front of the case, we have the radiator. You can also see at the back that we have various power sockets. The power supply is already installed. And on the table here, we have a series of power cable adapters. So you connect those to the sockets on the motherboard tray, hook them up to your motherboard, and you're good to go. This would be great for system integrators and also great for the slightly lazy home enthusiast PC builder. HAF 700 in white. It's a huge case. We reviewed this a while ago. It looks rather good in this color combo, but what really catches my eye, the Encore 100 Max. We saw this at Computex, available in two colors, black and bronze. Not sure when it's actually shipping. It's a pre-built in the sense the power supply is already installed, as we can see if we come around the side. So we have an SFX power supply up top, and then down below you can see the pump of the AIO cooler. It's a compact bare bones PC, all waiting for your hardware. And next to that, we have a version of the Cube 500 flat pack, this time in bamboo. Very neat. Here we have a variety of coolers for M.2 SSDs. We know Gen 4 and Gen 5 SSDs run hot, so what's there to say about these? Well, would you believe that this fella includes a vapor chamber, a tiny vapor chamber, and that in itself will take 5 degrees off the temperature of your SSD. That's a nifty piece of engineering. And then we come to an array of power supplies. The thing here is that Cooler Master, as other manufacturers, are moving from ATX 3.0 to 3.1. So as they sell through, they'll replace them and update them. And then we come to the X Silent Edge, an enormous, totally passive, silent power supply rated at 1100 watts. It weighs a lot, and that heatsink is substantial. Thankfully, they've given us an exploded example, so we can see all the components that go inside. This is not a power supply intended for the regular PC gamer. It's for industrial use, digital audio workstation engineers who require total silence, people like that. It's not for us, but I do like it. We've seen monitors from Cooler Master, only a few models so far, but they've expanded the range to the Tempest GZ2711. This is an OLED 1440 with a 240 Hz refresh. Looks interesting. It's around the back that the fun really happens, however. Look, a Cooler Master heatsink in a Cooler Master logoed shape. They want to keep that OLED hardware under control. And here we are in the Cooler Master Experience Center. This flight sim will cost about $30,000. The rail system's not too expensive, it's all the extras in the control system, plus the actuators that cost the real big bucks. And next to that we have a flight sim based on the same hardware, but it's a much stripped down version. All up, these systems are very expensive, so you might see them on sale at Amazon at 30 grand, but realistically very few people are actually going to buy those from Amazon. These are you'll most likely find them on sale at professional dealers, people who live for driving and flight sims. We're signing off from Cooler Master in front of the Encore 100 Max because I love the look of that bare bones and I can't wait to get my hands on it. This has been Kit Guru with Cooler Master at CES 2024. Remember to check out our TikTok and head over to kitguru.net on the web.